Dragons are real.
That's ridiculous.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
That statement is ignorant.
And that is our word for this lesson. The word ignorant means lacking knowledge or awareness. If somebody is not knowledgeable about a topic or they don't know that much, then they may be a little ignorant about it. Let me start out by saying this is not a good word. Nobody likes being called ignorant. It's another way of saying somebody is stupid. Nobody likes being called stupid. But the truth is that we are all a little ignorant to some extent because we don't know everything about everything. For example, I don't know much about art history, so I'm a bit ignorant when it comes to that.
Also when it comes to good fashion, nutrition, design, as well as...
Okay, I think we get the point. So since we shouldn't directly call somebody ignorant because it's not nice, we use the word to describe things that some people say or do. If people don't have much knowledge or information about something, then they may say ignorant comments or ignorant statements or even have ignorant behavior. Here are some examples of some ignorant things that a person could say. If it's on the internet, it must be true.
Are you serious? You really think that?
Yeah, it's the internet. Anybody can put anything up there. Do you know where babies come from? When you drink hot chocolate, the number of marshmallows that you put in the hot chocolate are the number of children that you'll have.
I don't even know what to say to that.
3 kids. Now that you know the meaning of the word, let's look at the pronunciation. The word ignorant has 3 syllables, and the stress is on the first syllable. Now keep in mind that the 3rd syllable has the schwa or sound. Ignorant. I'll say the word and then I want you to repeat after me. Ignorant. Ignorant. That was perfect. You sound just like a native English speaker.
Now let's use it in a sentence, so repeat after me. Wes can be a little ignorant when it comes to fashion.
Okay, I admit it, I'm one of those guys. I like wearing socks and sandals. Now we can expand our vocabulary with a couple of other words in the word family. If we use the word as a noun with the same meaning, the word is ignorance. There's a famous saying with this word, ignorance is bliss. Basically, people say this to emphasize that sometimes it's better not to know all the facts about a situation. For example, let's say that you're trying to eat healthy and somebody offers you some delicious food. You don't know if it's healthy or not, but it tastes so good that you don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss. Another word in the family, which I'm sure some of you already know, is the word ignore. This is a verb whose meaning is a little different. To ignore is to refuse to notice or acknowledge. So if you don't pay attention to someone, then you are ignoring them. You may have also seen this word when writing papers. Programs might underline your mistakes, and then when you click on the word, it will ask if you want to ignore that mistake.
Can you give us some more examples with these words?
Sure, let's look at some famous quotes. I'm not ashamed to confess, I'm ignorant of what I do not know. Here he's saying that there's things that he doesn't know, and that's okay to admit. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. This is saying as long as you understand there is a lot you do not know, that is another form of knowledge. So let's practice what we've learned. We're going to give you 3 multiple choice questions. And for the first 2 questions, we want you to say your answers aloud. That will give you an opportunity to practice your pronunciation. We'll give you a few seconds and then we'll show you the answer. Here's your first question. I was surprised at what he said yesterday. It sounded so...
The correct answer is A, ignorant. This is an adjective and it describes what he said yesterday.
Here's the next question. Please don't me.
The correct answer is C, ignore. The sentence is a request and ignore is the verb. Someone would say this to you if you're not paying attention to them.
Now we have one more question for you, but first we'd appreciate it if you'd go ahead and like our video. We also want you to practice and write a sentence using one of the words in the comments below. If you need some time, just pause the video. I'd also encourage you to read each other's comments because that helps you connect with your fellow classmates. For this last question, we want you to click on the answer that you think is correct. If you get it right, we'll let you know. If it's not correct, it'll take you back to the beginning of this video, and we'd hope you'd watch it again because the more you watch, the more you'll learn. Okay, here's your final question.